everybody, welcome to a whole new century of Finally Friday. That's right, it's episode 201. It's like it's 200 of them, but we're doing it all over again. There's something that's been eating at my mind, something I've been thinking about nonstop for the past few days that I probably shouldn't talk about today because it'd be way more relevant next week, but I can't think of anything else. That's all I'm thinking about, so I'm going to talk about one thing today. I have been consumed by the idea of just doing touring, doing like a huge touring trip, and I've been ranting about this last week, but I want to talk about it a lot today. Before I talk about touring and everything that entails, I wanted to say that last night I had a meetup in Maryland. It's always a risk. If there's a bug on your shield, you have to kind of flick it to get it off, because if you do the lazy way like I just did, you get a big old bug smudge on your visor and then you're screwed. But anyway, last night was the mini meet here in Maryland, and I expected like 20 people, but like 50 of you came, so that was really cool, man. The weather, freaking fantastic. So the past 2 days has been like a high of 76. Today the high is 78. Right now it's 72. I'm actually wearing my winter jacket because I can tolerate. I just love my winter jacket. It's obviously I'd be better off in a different one, but I love this one, and it's cool enough. 72 is cool enough that I can deal with it. So it's been fantastic. Last night at the meetup was great because I had a meetup there in February when it was freaking cold out and we had to go inside, and that sucked. So it just felt like a nice redo. Several of you who I met before came again, so that was very nice. Thank you everybody who came out. So that's relevant because in 2 weeks I am going to ride down to Georgia. I'm going to do a day ride / trip thing. I got you, bro. Go ahead and get over it, even though, you know, that's not what the lane's for. I'm going to ride down to Georgia, and I'm going to have a meetup when I'm there. I expect a lot more than 50, but that's a meetup. And then next month I'm having one in Kansas. But anyway, the reason Georgia is relevant is because I'm going to do a day trip. So sorry about, you know, restating myself and saying things I've said before, but ever since I rode this to Tennessee and back, which was, I don't know what the mileage was, it's probably 400, between 400 and 500 miles there, you know, so that wasn't bad. It was like 7 hours. It was a really good, it was just such a good day. And as soon as I finished that ride, I was like, I want to do another one, but I want to go longer next time on this bike. So I came up with Georgia, and I'm going to go there. I'll have a meetup when I'm there. So needlessly, I've been just focused hardcore on what a trip or touring entails. It's just one day. Heck, you could do one day on a less capable or less job focused bike. Like you could take your leader bike or your 250 sport bike, whatever. You could do it and have non-specific gear and you'd make it, you'd be fine. There are ways to do it more efficiently, comfortably, safely, practically even. So I'm just trying to do my best to be diligent and make sure I do the best job I can with what I have. Of course, now you get out of the way. Oh, I missed the gear completely. Back to being civilized. Freaking good weather just makes you it makes me I don't know if it makes you ho, but it makes me ha. It's very specific to me. Anyway, so the thing about this Georgia trip, it doesn't require this amount of planning. It just doesn't. But I've been just thinking about it nonstop. So here's a nice deviation of what happened. I was just thinking about touring so hard, and I thought, oh, I know Ewan McGregor and a friend of his did a ride around the country called The Long Way Around. I've known about it forever, but I never watched it. I'm gonna go watch it. So I watched it, and oh my gosh, such a good show, man. And it's impossible to watch that and then not get amped up to go ride for a long period of time, you know? Like I was already amped on my own for this one day, but now I'm just, you know, that same thing, that same kind of urge. Now I just really want to go freaking hard, but all I'm doing is I'm just going hard on the one day. So what I've done is I'm gonna, and I mentioned this last week, I'm gonna kind of set this bike up for touring, even though it's not really a touring bike at all. This is just a tear it up, kill you Terminator, go fast, and leave everybody behind you kind of a bike. Can I go home this way? Guess we'll find out. I wanted to explore a little bit. I've probably been here, but I don't recognize it. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. I actually, quick story, I'll try to get off quickly. I decided to have this bike inspected at the closest inspection place in Maryland. There had to be a Chevy dealership, and so I took it to a Chevy dealership, and now I know that was a mistake because I could have paid a motorcycle shop do it for cheaper and faster. So, nope, this is not a way out. Well, I'll just turn around here like a weirdo. All right, anyway, that's the end of that story. So in preparation for this day trip, I'm gonna set the bike up a little more extensively, just a little bit more than I did last time, you know, like a little bit extra preparation. I'm gonna make a video about that because I'm gonna have fun. It's not gonna be a big deal, but I'm gonna have fun doing it. I'll make a video about it. I have bought a whole set of touring gear. And then one more thing. What's the other thing that I did to prepare? Oh yeah, so yeah, this is a fact. So you may remember a few Finally Fridays ago, I'm gonna go for this guy. You may remember a few Finally Fridays ago, I met up with a fan at a motorcycle shop that I go to for this bike. He just happened to be there, and we were just like, hey, do you want to switch bikes for like half an hour and just get a feel for him? Because he has an Adventure S, which is the touring kind of version of this bike, basically. I tried that, he tried this, and we had a good time. And for some reason, I thought of him when I thought about this trip, and it wasn't even, what was it? I don't know if I had watched any of The Long Way Around yet, but for some reason, I thought it'd be really fun. Hold on a second. So weird, you can get so fast and not even really know how fast you're going. Anyway, whoop, I thought it would be so fun to invite a second person to come with. I've done a long ride with like 6 people that I did not know or I've never met before, so that was really interesting. But I was like, this time I want to do it by myself or invite one person. And so I thought of Jordan, the guy from Finally Friday, because I mean, I know he has the bike to do it. He seemed like, I don't know, the kind of guy I might be interested in doing. I just got that impression. I just thought, you know what, it'd be fun. I'll just invite some guy to go with, so it'll be 2 of us. I asked him, and I don't know him. I've only met him a couple times, which is kind of weird, but I was like, that makes it fun. I don't know him, let's just do it. I invited him, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. So Jordan and I are gonna do this Georgia trip together, and I don't know why. It must be because of the Long Way Around documentary that makes me so excited about it. I actually asked him, I said, so have you seen The Long Way Around? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, here's a hard question for you. Are you Ewan or are you Charlie? He goes, of course I'm Ewan. I was like, dang it, see, I knew it. Everybody wants to be Ewan McGregor. Well, this doesn't seem fair. Maybe I should wait till you guys see Jordan on this Georgia trip, but maybe you can decide which one of us gets to be Ewan and which one of us gets to be freaking Charlie. I will grow my beard out like Ewan and do an accent if I have to. I just want to be Ewan. So that's right. That's the 3rd level of preparation that I've gotten. So I got the bike, setting it up, got a whole set of gear, and I got a squad mate to come with, or a teammate, whatever you want to call that. Now I'm over prepared for this trip, right? I'm gonna have a good time and all, but I'm already ready to do a much bigger trip. Like I'm already thinking ahead to the next one. Again, totally needless, but I am just thinking hardcore on getting a touring bike. Yeah, I don't need one, you know, like it's especially for, I'm not gonna buy a brand new touring bike to do a day trip. I'm not gonna do that, but after this day trip, you know, depending on how it goes and how I feel about it, and seeing if the ampage from The Long Way Around wears off, I might get that as my next bike. And right now, I mean, I don't think it's going to change. If I were to get a touring bike, I already know which one I want. It's the one basically Jordan has, or I should say the touring adventure version of this bike. It's the same engine. I love this engine so much. And that is the 2019 1290 Super KTM Super Adventure S. Geez, that was a mouthful, but that would be the bike I'd like. And I wouldn't customize it like this one, you know. I wouldn't be worried too bad about how it looks, but I would outfit it, you know. It's got to have luggage, it's got to be able to hold extra gas, because I love having extra gas, extra lights, all kinds of armor, so crash bars, a headlight guard, other guards if that's necessary. I hope the comments of mine that I pulled in front of him. If you want to see me in Georgia or Kansas, please check my Twitter. It's in the description. I've posted the addresses and times and stuff if you have a chance to come out maybe in either of those 2 states. it sucks that the trip is 2 weeks away. Every day that I've been thinking about it, which has been a few days, each day is so long and slow because I just want to go. We'll see how I feel in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna do it whether it rains or anything. I got everything except the bike. I mean, even this bike's gonna be pretty well outfitted for it, but I'm gonna have everything and the time. I have the time too and the plan, so I really don't have an excuse. I'm going to do this trip and I'm really excited about it, and I just wanted you to know. I'm going to put that out of my mind because we got one thing at a time, and that's taking this bike. So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, the end. Oh, that was my bone. Well, it's still in my arm, so that's okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.